Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of the ZonaZoo Sports Report. I'm Ben Gabrielson, as always alongside Maddy Rundin. And Maddy, the much anticipated first college career start for quarterback Nick Foles took place this past Saturday in Corvallis as the Arizona Wildcats came out victorious 37-32. Foles was spectacular, going 25 of 34 for 254 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Absolutely, Ben. Well, the Wildcat fans cannot be disappointed with Foles' performance, especially after the fact that both Nick Grigsby and Keula Antolin were taken out early in the game with injuries, even before halftime. And that only adds to the injury chart of already injured tight end Rob Gronkowski, who is, as we know now, is out for the season. So all things considered, Nick Foles did really well with what he had, including new redshirt freshman third stringer Greg Nwoko, who actually stepped up his game. He ran for 122 yards, including a 19-yard touchdown run. So
that's right, Maddy, and that big defense came up with big plays all night long. Trevin Wade added to his interception total for the year. That goes up to 4, which is second nationally, so that's also big news.
I know, absolutely. And Devin Ross did make up for his play last year, which against Oregon State, which could be argued, led to the momentum shift that eventually led Oregon State to win. But Devin Ross made up for it this year. He got a key interception in the fourth quarter that really helped seal the Cats' victory.
Yeah, he was also named Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Week for his efforts. He had 12 tackles in that game as well. Keenan Cryer on the special teams was very big down the stretch.
Absolutely.
In the second half, he pinned Oregon State within their 5-yard line 3 times with punts, so he came up big as well. He was actually given the game ball in that game.
Ben, this bye week could definitely not come at a better time for the Wildcats. I mean, there already is the injury to tight end Rob Gronkowski, where we now know that he is out for the season. However, there were also the key injuries in the Oregon State game to Keula Antolin and Nick Grigsby. Hopefully this bye week will give them a chance to heal, recuperate a little, so they can be back for the Washington game.
That's right, and the defensive playmaker Brooks Reed was on the sidelines in street clothes for the game Saturday in Corvallis. Also, electric receiver William Bug Wright did not travel with the team, so we'll get injury updates on them this upcoming week. But as you said, Maddy, that bye week is very key in the Wildcats' schedule right now. In other Arizona sports news, the women's volleyball team had a few matches this past weekend, Maddy.
Yes, that's correct, Ben. And it was kind of a bittersweet weekend for women's volleyball. They did beat number 13 ranked USC on Friday night in 4 sets to continue their undefeated streak. However, they did lose on Saturday to number 14 ranked UCLA, and so their undefeated streak came to an end after 12 games. They are 12-1, but it was a good run.
Yeah, that's right, and they'll try and make up for that this next weekend as they travel to face the Washington schools. Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of the ZonaZoo Sports Report. Join us next week as we preview the game that will come up on October 10th against the Washington Huskies in Seattle. So join us next week for that. For Ben Gabrielson and Maddy Rundin, you've been watching the ZonaZoo Sports Report. Bear down, Wildcats.